Hey guys, Chris here, back with another awesome truck that we are going to be auctioning off on carsandbids.com. Really excited to get this one. This is a 1996 Toyota Land Cruiser 80 series, and it's just absolutely stunning. I really like this truck. I really like the way it turned out. We went ahead and we did quite a bit of work to it, and it just looks and turned out fantastic. We put 5 brand new Goodyear Wrangler Duratrac tires with brand new Toyota shocks and 1-inch coil spacer, so it sits about an inch taller. Well, actually it's more like 2.5 inches taller because it's got the bigger oversized tires, which are the 285/75/16 Goodyear Wrangler Duratrac. My favorite tire choice for the 80 series. I actually like these better than the KO2s, the BF Goodrich. I just think they look better and they're not as loud. They're actually pretty quiet on the road, especially for how aggressive a tire they are. They're an all-terrain, but they almost look like a mud terrain. They just look fantastic. So new shocks all the way around, Land Cruiser OEM, new brakes, new rotors, 5 new tires including the spare, new calipers. So basically a tire new brake job, new knuckles as well, so, and new muffler and exhaust pipe. Just such a good looking truck. I really like the white on these 80 series. It's actually pretty rare. It's hard to find them, and so really excited to get this. I really like the way it looks. It looks like all those, like one of those, United Nations trucks that you'd see in the movies, right? All it needs is the UN badging right on the door, and there you go. You got a UN truck. Well, I guess you got to make it bulletproof too for it to be really a UN truck, but yeah, it's just amazing. Got the gold emblem on the front. This has got the 4.5 liter straight 6-cylinder engine, which is the engine you want. The earlier generation 80 series, they made it with the 4.0. It's a pretty slow motor. They really perfected it with this engine. So reliable and just enough power. I mean, it's not a fast car, but it's enough power where you can drive over mountains and get there quickly. Not so much for the 4.0. 4.0 is pretty slow. You'll get there, it'll just take you a long time. But this one's a lot better. This is really the engine you want in the 80 series. Split tailgate. On the back you got the rear spoiler plus the full-size spare. Gold emblems in the back. So we also removed the running boards, and I have them if the winner wants them. Personally think it looks a lot better without them, but if the winner does want the running boards, they are included, and you're welcome to take them as well. And then you have power windows, and then back here you have this sliding safari window, and you got these jump seats in the back for the kids. You can throw them back there. They can slide open the back window, wave to their friends when you're picking them up from school. So just a lot of fun. And surprisingly, only 160,000 miles, which is actually really low for these trucks. They're hard to get them with that low miles. Normally they have 200, 250. And so I was real excited to get this one with 160. Front seats have been reupholstered. Looks great. So as for cup holders, you have 2 cup holders. The cup holders are kind of funky in these trucks. So I got my Dunkin' Donuts right here, so I'll just put my drink right there. So there's one cup holder, and then you got another cup holder right here, which the only thing you could fit right there would be a Coke or a tall Starbucks, and that's about it. Otherwise you're bumping into right here. So you got your 4-wheel drive shifter right there. This one also has a aftermarket Kenwood. We installed that as well. Touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, and navigation. spin. And the touchscreen, we also installed a USB cable port, so you can plug in and charge your phone. Cruise control, no warning lights on the dash. This truck drives fantastic and it just looks awesome. I know the next owner is really gonna like this truck. Funny, this Land Cruiser actually kind of reminds me of, I used to have an 80 series that I imported a couple of years ago from Dubai, and it was an amazing truck. I owned it for a couple of years, then we ended up selling it, but it was actually a manual transmission 80 series, but it was the exact same color on the outside. It was white with like the black trim, but the same, so it looked identical from the outside. Except the inside was like this desert tan. Pretty interesting. With the manual, which you don't see in the US. Although we're starting to do those on some of these 80 series. Turn down the heat in here because it is toasty. Let me just pull over. Heat works well. And turn that down a little bit.
He's always singing there.
Oh yeah. So speakers sound great in this. I'm not sure, the last owner may have already replaced them, but they don't sound like the original speakers that are, you know, over 20 years old. So I believe they've already been changed because speakers sound great. Power sunroof. All right, so what else? I guess if it's your first time getting into these trucks, I can only say good things. I've owned several of these. I actually still own one personally. I have a 97 version of this now that I own. It's white, it's got tan interior, it's triple locked. This one's not triple locked, it's center locked, which is really more than enough unless you're really going into like rock crawling and stuff. But this one, when you put it in 4-low, it goes, the center lock engages, so you have 50-50 distribution on the 4x4. Right now we're in 70-30 full-time four-wheel drive. But these trucks are fantastic. If you do want to get into off-roading, these are the best. I mean, they can drive through almost anything. Just as capable as a Jeep Wrangler, and in a lot of cases more capable, and I would say more reliable. Even though these trucks are older, they're so reliable. I've taken mine off-roading several times, never had any issues with it starting or having any major problems. You have basic maintenance, but these are just so reliable, and that's why they are loved. And they just look cool too. So we are driving over the mountain now. We're in between, so we're in Western Maryland. We're actually in Hagerstown, Maryland. Driving over the mountain towards Frederick. We're about an hour from the DC area. So if the winner is coming from out of state, if you want to drive it home, you're welcome to do that. Or if you want to have it shipped, we can give you a shipping quote. We have a shipping broker that we use. Cars and Bids also offers shipping service. And we can hold it for you as long as you need while you're rate shipping. But our shipper is pretty fast that we've been using probably the past 30 trucks that we've sold. So I really recommend her. I guess that is it. Really excited to get this truck. It drives really well. Let's see here, we're going about 55, almost 60 miles an hour. Let's go 65. Like, it doesn't shake even at high speeds. It feels stable, very comfortable going 65. Very nice truck, lots of power, just feels good. And with that oversized tires, the 285 75/16s, and with the 1-inch spacers, you definitely have some more height and just gives it that extra nice look. And more clearance with the running board to lead, so. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the auction.